Evening!
Hey!
How we doing? How we doing?
Very well, yourself?
Not bad, not bad. Look at us being all on time and shit.
Oh, I know, it's unusual.
Well, I say us. Look at me being all on time.
I'm always on time.
That's it. Good evening. Right, already straight in there. See Ben, Lee, Lawrence, Brucey, all in the house. Brucey's actually not working on a Monday evening. He's obviously got the bug and wants to come and join us for VWDRCTV. So good evening and welcome on this Valentine's evening. I'm sure you have got your partners giving you the death stare, going, "It's Valentine's. Hello, loving," and you're like, "Nah." Luke and Paul are on TV, so I'm going to go and watch them instead. Yeah, but it's another week, two more guests. I'm looking forward to this one. We got Mr. Lover on, Tom Herbert, and obviously on Valentine's evening. We've got Jamie Lockyer. We're going to talk about his lovely Mk1 Jetta. But of course, it is Valentine's Day, and the first thing I've got to share is while everyone's coming in. What's it? Oh, wait a minute. Let me just read that. There was a comment there. Said Lawrence Clark said it's my anniversary too. So congratulations, Lawrence Clark, on your anniversary as well. But of course, Valentine's Day, it's a big day for someone. I just got to find it. Where's it gone?
Yep,
Did you see this? Yeah.
Yes, Geordie got married.
There you go. It is the wedding day of Paul Jordan, Paul and Angela.
Yeah.
The COVID romance. So congratulations, Geordie. Yeah. I'm sure everyone will put that in the comments and tag him in. But hopefully...
Mk1 Golf wedding car as well.
Oh no! Did you see that?
Very cool.
Did he build that especially for the wedding? I'm assuming.
Yes.
Why don't you know?
Any excuse to build a car.
Yeah, that's it. You want to try getting married and building a Mk1?
Done that.
That's it. Been there, done that. Cancelled that. But of course, what are we now? Mid-February. The season's edging closer. Just over a month to go until pre-season training. Of course, this Friday, pre-season training is opened up to non-VWDRC members. So if you're watching this and you're not a VWDRC member, you may come and join in for pre-season training from this Friday. It'll be opened up. So if you are a VWDRC member and you've not yet booked yourself up for pre-season training, do it before Thursday, really, because we basically got 75 slots. Once those 75 are gone, that's the end of it. We're done and dusted. Now, the wife let Chairman meow in. She was just trying to be annoying. That's
a cat. For those who don't know, Luke's domestic arrangements.
That's it. And then I nicknamed him Chairman Meow, just to be evil. But yeah, this weekend we officially kick off the race season with drivers and riders meeting this Sunday in Northampton. Anyone with SPRC membership are welcome to turn up. I think it's like 12 o'clock at the Hilton just off the M1. But I'll be honest, unless you've got a point to bring up, you don't really need to go. Myself and Abby will be there just in case any points arise that may affect the VWDRC. We'll be there to say aye or nay. And if not, everything will be on Eurodragster.com literally from when the meeting ends. So
Yeah,
save yourself some fuel.
Yeah.
So the only thing I'm gonna say from the drivers and riders now, obviously I don't know any inside stuff, but I've got a feeling we're going to see a price rise in entry fees. If you look at the Santa Pod tickets, prices has gone up, and so I can suspect that we're going to see a price rise in entry fee. And the main thing is, it's not Santa Pod being greedy. It's not the commentators going for a pay rise or anything like that. Someone said to me they've got to pay you. I was like, well, you know, but it's basically running costs, insurance, glue, staffing, everything has gone up in price. And the main kicker that they've got is, if you don't know, Santapod basically runs on generators. They're not connected up to the main electricity. And all the generators used to run on red diesel, but the government have changed the rule and now they have to run the whole site on white diesel. So, yeah.
That's
So as you can imagine, that electricity bill is now going to, and that is the main reason that you see increases in ticket prices, is basically just that fuel rule. It's kicked them in the arse. The hardest thing is, like, when I spoke to them, they were like, "Look, we're a luxury. It's like, we don't want to put the prices up and go, oh, we're making all this money." They understand that they're a luxury, and with prices going up all around the board, they really don't want to put the prices up, because if anything's going to be dropped, where if you ain't got no money, it's going to be racing. So,
food.
Yeah, that's it. Well, let's be honest. I'd still go racing, because we can eat cheap at the racetrack, and we can always drop the worries of the world as you go through that
I'm
Santa
sure
Pod
I've got an
gates.
old pot noodle in the van somewhere from a couple of years ago. I'll keep us going for the weekend.
That's it. I did go into the truck the other day, and there's a little bit of mold in there. It must have got damp over the winter.
Nice.
One of my hats is completely green. So, but luckily I took all the food and drink out, so all the important stuff is all good. So before we kick off the show, make sure you have liked this stream, and you've also pressed share for us. We want to get as many people watching VWDRC TV as possible. We're on episode number 5. And like I said, we've got Tom Herbert and Jamie Lockyer this evening. Shall we go into usual stuff that we promote at the start? This season, of course, is... those are our race meetings. I basically, each week I get someone message me going, oh, do you know what the race dates are? All the race dates are available on VWDRC.com, and you can see pre-season training. We kick off the season with Heads Up Round 1, which is open as well, ladies and gentlemen. I think we've got like 6 cars currently entered in Heads Up for Round 1. And obviously we need to get some more entries in for that, because you're going to be the first guys racing this season. So if you are one of our heads up racers, entry is open. Go to vwdrc.com and get your entry in, so we can start promoting that, because you're kicking off our season. To all the people who are new to VWDRC racing, obviously this weekend drivers and riders meeting, which means that from Monday all of the entry forms will be available, and we can start doing our entries, no doubt, from this Monday.
Yeah, indeed.
So are you
all
ready
online. Just get them all done as a wanna. But you won't forget Goose.
Well, Goose is not racing.
Well, yeah, but he is historically the lastminute.com guy for filling out forms.
He is.
You can fill them all out in advance. Just get them in. You can pay a couple of days before. Just get them done.
That's it.
You haven't got to worry about missing a deadline.
That's it. It's literally easy these days as well, because everything's done online. So literally once they're on, if you know you're going to enter for the season, just literally enter all the events that you're going to do online, send them in, and then, as Paul just said, you just basically backs your payment a week before, and you're all good. If you break your car and you need to drop out of a race, it's a simple email to Ian at SBRC saying, Ian, I'm not going to make this race. It'll scrub you off. It costs you nothing. It's not even cost you a stamp anymore.
No, so we have to go and print them all out and spend hours filling out forms.
Yeah, that's it. And trying to fold them and trying to put them in an envelope. Yeah, so that is all long gone. That's what Peter Walters won the Alex Brackvogel.
He did, indeed, yeah.
And it was basically for that sort of stuff. So
it's not. It seems like quite a small thing. It's a big thing to all the racers. It's been so much easier to do things.
No, that's it. Right. Keach is in the house. Vo's in the house. Danny Allen's in the house. Herbie's in the house as well. So we've got a few people watching. So hopefully you're all good. Right. Pre-season training, of course. That is Friday, March the 18th. It's £75, as we said. First 75 people that book in are done. We're at about 50, I think, at the moment. We're going to open it up to non-VWDRC members on Friday. So if you have not yet got yourself booked in for that, please do so on Friday. Before we speak to Tom, I think I didn't say to the committee I was going to press this button, but I was too excited because we've been working away. We've been working away in the background, haven't we?
We have, yeah.
We have. We got something really exciting to bring back at round number 1, which will be Easter Festival of Power.
Yep.
And
mid-April.
Probably, let's be honest. Probably 50% of the current club members won't even know the name of the elapsed times.
No.
So for many, many years, we did it was like a bi-monthly A3 magazine that basically was your Facebook. What you'd done as your mods, because it was before Facebook, really. That was kind of what killed it off. You wrote into, I think it was Kevo at the time, and she said, this is what I've done to the car. And then a month later, it come in a bit of paper, and you were like, yeah, I did that a month later. And I literally was flicking through the photos. This is obviously not going to be the cover for it, but when I was flicking through, looking at photos, and I went back to the late Stuart Mitchell's photography page, just looking at some of the video, and this photo come out perfect. So obviously, I think that looks lovely with Chris Poynier's beetle on there. So obviously, as you can see, the elapsed times coming back. It's going to be like an 80-page magazine that we'll be giving out at the start of the season, completely free to all members, and also we're having about 1,000 copies printed out, so we'll be giving them out to punters as well. It will have information on how the VWDRC started. We'll have information on classes. If you are, as you said, if you are racing in the championship, we will have like hero cards in there, like your what were they? The top trump cards.
Yeah.
So we're incorporating the top trump cards in there. So again, people pick them up. They'll look and find information about your car. There'll also be the ladders for all 6 rounds of the championship, so you can fill them out. The idea is you're going to keep this in your motorhome, your caravan, your van for the whole season.
Go-to guide for the year. Yeah.
And of course, we'll have all of our wonderful sponsors in there. Before we kick off, of course, they're all here. I'm on this side now, aren't I? So GP Turbos, Pro Race Engineering, Darkside Developments, White Label Consulting and Managed Services. Your side, sir?
CG Motorsport. And the car kitchen behind the time. And down there, Artec Performance. Got it right. Hangar 30.
Yeah. How's your car doing?
It's looking very good. Ben sent me a couple of pictures today. Can't wait to see it when it's all finished, and then get it smartened up and back on the track.
Nice. And then, of course, our associate sponsors who are on there. Bada bing. Right, let's get Tom in, shall we? He's sitting there, all good to go. We've pulled him away from Carrie. It's going to bring him in, making him laugh.
Here we are.
Evening, Thomas. How are we doing?
Hello.
It's a racing driver and Lewis Hamilton.
Yes. Lewis has also taken the time to be with us tonight, which is very kind of him. He's released his silence.
That's it. He's looking a bit lower than you. Is he taking a knee?
No, I've just grown a couple of inches over Christmas.
Oh, have you? Which way? This way or this way?
I've taken it off the stomach, put it on my heel, so it's all good. I'm now 6'7", which is great news.
Nice. And there's a few people in the comments now saying the magazine looks good, so that is good. Now, Thomas, you are one of our headline sponsors. White Label is your company.
Yep.
Do you want to tell us a little bit about your company?
Yeah, sure. I mean, so White Label Consulting and Managed Services is a lockdown baby. So my background has always been personally in business management and consulting. And then, like everyone last year, sat around bored at home, decided going to do something with this time. So I started the company. Was very much on the back burner until last summer when I decided I'm going to really push it. I was sponsored the club last year just as a start off. And then last summer, I went full time, got myself an office, got a few staff now. So all is going well. Principally, what we do is a huge array of business activities, from professional services to one-off projects. But the main bulk of what we do is what is called managed services. To put it into a nutshell, what it really is for small business owners, sole traders, people that are looking to start a business, when they don't have the facilities or cash flow or even want to build out a huge team in the background to do all those activities that you don't want to do, like sending quotes, answering the phone all day, doing marketing, that sort of stuff. We can provide that on a monthly non-subscription basis. So let's say you've got your own building firm and you spend all day on the phone, which is a headache. That's time, that's money. You can come along to us. We'll set you up within our contact center. It's professional call answering. We pretend to be you, manage all of your queries, book in quotes, send invoices, and make your life a lot easier. One of the things that mainly more angled toward one for I thought within the VWDRC community, we've got a lot of small business owners and as well as race teams. So we do a lot of marketing, and I've just employed my first full-time marketing individual as well to build out an in-house team, which is great. So anyone out there really that wants to grow their business online presence or just their physical presence, rebrand their logo, do a specific campaign. So we've just done a campaign with one of the racers where they said, this is what my business wants to achieve this month. We designed a marketing campaign around that and achieved the goal with them. That's kind of what we do in a nutshell.
Nice.
Any questions? You
No, that's it. No, well, you're already down, and you're actually designing some of the adverts for our sponsors for the Elapsed Time. So, I'm looking forward to seeing the work you create from that. But of course, thank you very much for sponsoring the club with White Label. Now, of course, I've been with the club many years. Paul has as well. But Jesus, Tom, you've been with the club a long time. Obviously, part of the VWDRC family. I mean, how long ago was this photo with your dad and Fran?
I mean, that would have been 2004. So, I started racing, coming racing 20 years ago. So this is my 20th season, which makes it 2/3 of my life now that I'm 30. So yeah, I mean, I've been around for a long time. Obviously started back in 2002 with my dad. We were both crewing along for Tony Isley back in his Beetle back then. My dad, Paul Herbert, got the bug. There he is, the man. Got the bag in 2002, then decided to build his Beetle in 2003, which was Phantom. For any rookie racers that didn't have a great first year, this is a good story. First season, lost every single race, all season long in the Beetle. Next season, come out, won every meeting bar 2, won the championship the first season. The second season, I think he got the points record for a single championship in 2005, and then topped it off with winning in 2006 as well. So if you've had a bad first season, don't give up.
That's it.
Keep going, because things can get better. So that's obviously how I got into racing. Followed my dad around for a few years until they made the fateful decision to let me have a go in the Beetle.
Look how young you are there.
Tom.
So I was 17 back then. My dad had the rule that I had to have a driving license to be able to race the Beetle, which I did get just before Big Bang. And then I rolled my car 2 days later. So that was quickly taken away from me as punishment. But then, so I got to have a go in the Beetle finally in Bug Jam back in 2008 or 9. Wasn't my proudest moment. I think I staged the car 4 times and blew it up on the start line 3 times. I I'd done 4 drive shafts and the gearbox, which was always good going in first event. But then come back out in the car, had one more go in it. So my dad was at the elusive 100 mile an hour, never got to Paul. Like he could, no matter what, 100 mile an hour, ran 12s at 99.8 mile an hour multiple times. And then I had a go and went 100 mile an hour straight out. Had done 100. Come round back into the pits, went to select first gear and there's something, it's going to be there somewhere. It's going to be there somewhere. It wasn't there. It was a pile of metal in the bottom of the box. So that was the end of that. So that was the end of my racing days for a little bit. But then what good come of me having 2-3 seasons out racing was with 2 seasons out racing was VWDRCTV. So, for those that don't know, that was what me and Luke kicked that off back must be 12 years ago now, with a little camera. I remember going around the pits with a tripod, with a little 10-pound camera and a 5-pound microphone, filming myself into a tripod with people looking at me. What the fuck is that guy doing over there? And that was the birth of VWDRC, which has come on to be what we are now.
Yeah, remember the car door getting open, sat in the lanes, and just the camera getting shoved in your face.
Yeah, exactly that.
the funny thing is the story from this the YouTube channel VWDRCTV is actually originally your channel, and it was John Brewster yesterday who put WTF on your One Direction video. It's like, what's this on here? And I was like, well, I can't delete it because it's Tom's One Direction video.
Yeah, that's fake. No Direction, thank you very much. The band was called, the tribute band. Some of Benidorm's finest artists that you ever see. So good. VWDRC was is a proud thing that we brought to the table. After that, decided to get back into racing. So me and my friends bought what turned into the Ream machine. Went and paid, which would never happen these days. I paid £400 for the VR Mark 6, Mark 3 VR. Road legal, drove it back for it was 390 quid. Got home, stripped it out over a few barbecues over the weekend. Just stripped it. Got told off multiple times by Paul as well. When Papa said to me, do not do any work on this vehicle while I am not around. So he goes off for the weekend, and I decide I'm going to do a bit of tinkering and change the suspension. Went up and down the road, and it was making some hell of a noise. Turns out I didn't put any top mounts back in. I thought these were disposable things, right? These top mounts, one use, free wheel nuts left in it. So that wasn't the proudest moment. But then brought out a bug jam in my first meeting and went on to win the event, which was a proud moment. Which was great. Come out first time, winning was amazing. Still remember the champagne now. Then done a bit of a car swap with my sister. So Fran, little sister Fran, if anyone's seen her as well, she's part of the Herbert clan. She took the Ream machine off me, and then I done a straight swap with my dad for his Mark 3. That was the grey Mark 3, which is still the grey Mark 3. Had that still got it today. Brought that out again just with a standard VR6 in it. Went undefeated, one bug jam, one big bang, and stayed undefeated until Mr. Chairman lined up against me last year.
Don't forget, you are the lifetime Mr. Volks Life.
Oh, Mr. Volks Life, yeah, the first and only winner of Volks Life. Do pretty well at bug jam as well normally. So yeah. That's how the Mark 3. Then this year decided to stick a bit of nitrous in the Mark 3 and went 11.6s in that, which was awesome. But more importantly, as the photo shows, got the keys to the famous Corrado Eleanor. So we got the keys off Papa. We had a good season. Had great fun. Always have good fun. You can't go race and not have good fun. But have had a world of issues this year. I think where I've had up until now a pretty clean sailing racing career and kind of been pretty lucky to just come out and do well. This year I've got 14 years worth of bad luck into one season. It happens. These things happen. But the positives off the back of it, we've made some massive improvements in the car. You know, so we've got CNG clutch gone in there now. Cool work short shifter, which is best thing I've ever bought in my life. Pirate gave us a box and a diff, so we've got a diffed up. So the car, and then EMU black ECU. So the car has made massive steps forward this year. Went 11.08 at 128, which got the European record for VR6 Supercharged, which is awesome. And then we just think the engine's just given up, just died a bit of a death, which again does happen. So we know if that's the weakest link. So now the engine's a pro race. Those guys are working their magic on that. Looking forward to that to come back. And the other changes making for this season is just going for a little smaller pulley on the charger. Going to get it remapped. And the goal for this year is the world record. So I think it's 10.97 for the world record for VR Supercharged. So we're knocking on the door of that anyway. So yeah, that's it really. That's my world stop tour of the racing life.
That is a long world stop tour, isn't it? Anyway, right. Literally in the background, Jamie is sitting there. He's like, Jesus Christ, how many cars have you had? But of course, we do have a second guest this evening, so we're going to bring him in onto the screen. Jamie Lockyer, here he comes.
Jamie.
Good evening, Jamie.
Good evening.
How you doing?
Not bad, mate. Yourself?
Yeah, very good, very good. Now, obviously, you joined the VWDRC, during was it 2020 season or 2019? Was it PC or AC? Pre-COVID or after COVID?
It was kind of during COVID, really. I did drag days, 2020. Nope. Yes, 2020.
Yeah.
First ones, yeah.
Yeah. Me and Ben came up for that. Had a right laugh. Broke my car, which was kind of expected, but nitrous and sticky buttons not helpful. Ended up costing me a rebuild. I've always been coming to pod, done VW Action, Spring Festival, done that for years, and I've always done Run What You Brung, and it got to a point where I thought I should get involved. Really, why not? I've got the car, might as well use it. Do still use the car on the road occasionally. It's in the loosest sense of the word still road legal, but it is road legal.
Nice.
So
that's got to be a bit of a handful on the road, but at least, I mean, it is good to be able to test the car on the road every once in a while. When you've done the odd change, if you're able to take it out on the road, it is a lot of people like that option.
We've been in the middle of Wales. We've got some quiet roads here. Lots of fairly longish straights, in the middle of nowhere where you can just disappear for an hour and, go and play, make some noise and then pack up quick and disappear. But yeah, it is handy. I mean, I live out in the middle of nowhere, so I can go out my lane, turn left, go up in the hills, make some noise and come home and just try things,
Yeah.
Let's say rebuilt the engine last winter because of the nitrous mishap. So we forged it and put a big turbo kit on it and added less nitrous, but it's still there. It is a bit of fun.
No, that's it. You're getting quite a bit of abuse in the old chat. Brucey is saying you need to get joined in with VW Pro. Hurry up and get your car booked in at Hangar 30.
Yeah, I had it booked in. I did have it booked in November to have a full cage. Ben was going to build me a cage at Hangar 30, and something came up. I had nearly enough money put aside for it, and something came up at home, and I had to put the money in elsewhere, so I had to cancel it. No. But I'm getting loads of grief off my missus and my mother and everybody. You're doing nearly a 10-second car now. You need to have a cage. Yes, mother. Yes, I know. I'm not in the 10s yet. I said to her, when I get into 10s, I'll put cage in it.
It's close though, Jamie, isn't it?
It's very close, yeah. Best was 11.1 heads up.
Yeah, that needs a cage sooner rather than later, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's it. Obviously, okay, so you're looking to get a cage, but you're looking to go faster over the season. You sent me over some photos. Obviously, you've gone with club sponsors, CG Motorsport, with the clutch. You've got the gearbox there and some CV joints and stuff. What sort of stuff have you been doing?
Well, when I originally put the TFSI in, I run the same gearbox I had with the PD. So it was a 3-1 final drive. It was too long. It was crossing the line, top end of third gear, and the gearing was really long between the shifts. So I had a couple of spare 20 valve 4-motion boxes. So I just threw one in. I thought, you know what? I'll try it. It's gone from a 3.1 to a 3.9 final drive, and now it's too short. So instead of crossing the line top end a third, I'm now a top end a fourth. So I've built a box over Christmas. It's a 3.3 or a 3.6? No, 3.3 final drive. So it's a bit longer. Looking at, doing calculations and stuff, it should be well into fourth gear rather than top end of fourth gear crossing the line. So it's just to be a bit long. It's got the power there to do it. It'll pull it in every gear, but it just wasn't long enough.
Yeah.
So we'll see. The clutch, we had an issue with the clutch at GTI Festival racing Paul. The clutch was slipping. You hit the nitrous button, the clutch would just slip. So it's time for a new clutch. That clutch was refaced beginning before the season last year, but it just can't handle it. It can't hold it. So
nice.
It's 4-wheel drive. It's got 4 slicks on it. It's trying to grip, and it just can't do it. So
no, that's it.
Yeah,
but you've got
CG twin plate.
Yeah, it's on its way. They're having to make me a flywheel because they don't have any in stock. So
nice.
I spoke to him last week, ordered it last week, and he said, "Oh, you should have it within a couple of weeks." I was like, "Yeah, it's fine. There's no rush." So and then the drive shaft thing. When I did the semis with Paul at GTI Festival, I did the burnout and snapped the drive shaft in the burnout box and didn't realise.
Yeah.
Did the run in 3-wheel drive, crossed the line and thought, "What's that noise?" Oh no, I've killed the gearbox is dead. And then they went, it's just a shaft. Lock it in 4-wheel drive and drove back to the pit lane.
Well, at least you were able to still compete. Nice.
Yeah, I was out by then, so and it was late, and I've got a 4-hour trip to get home. So we loaded it on the trailer and just forgot about it for a few weeks.
It's nice that you're able to still drive with one broken, though. Obviously, if you've got a normal open diff on a front-wheel drive car, you break one shaft, you're kind of out. Whereas
I knew something was wrong because the driver's side wheel was just spinning flat out going up the track, and I couldn't work out why, because the passenger side shaft was broken. It sheared the spline straight off the end. Brilliant. Never done it before. So
now, interior-wise, you've been working away.
Yeah, we fitted all that this winter as well. I had the 3 gauges already with the old dash, but I came across that Spa dash. Good friend of mine got one for me. So it was like, well, it all fits. We'll, add it in, make it nice. So that was a bit of a project over winter. So yeah, it's coming together. I keep finding the weak link. That's the problem.
Yeah, it's always the way.
Like the clutch link, but I snapped the clutch like that. So I'm going to do the shafts now, and the joints and the flanges, and so
fair enough.
It's coming.
Well,
I'm hoping if I don't have a slipping clutch, I think I'll be in the 10s. I think that was possible.
I'm pretty sure you will. Sure you will. No, that's it. And obviously, you'll be entering Heads Up, no doubt.
Yes. I will be at GTI Springfest with Ben and possibly Martin as well. The lad who works for me, he's built a 4-motion TFSI Scirocco we built in the garage here. The Unicorn, as we call it, because it's not seen the light of day yet. It's on the road finally, but he hasn't brought it to pod, so it's still Unicorn status. So hopefully that'll be out at some point. We might get all 3 of our cars there. Nope.
Oh,
Luke's gone. Oh, there he is. Hello.
You've broken it.
I haven't broken anything. Luke's broken it.
He looks confused.
He does look confused, doesn't he? Oh,
So I had a few IT issues. Dan King was trying to ring me on Facebook Messenger, and every time he calls, it cuts me out.
Someone just did that to me. Did Dan just ring you?
Yeah,
There's echo as well.
He just did to me. That's what just cut me off as well.
Yeah. Message saying stop it.
Right. Bear with me
There's
one
a bad
second. You
echo
got
now
chatting
as
away.
well.
Also, why isn't Dan watching this?
This is true.
that's a fair point.
2 seconds. You carry on.
Yeah, so hopefully we'll have all 3 cars out next year. It'll be mine, Ben's, and Martin's, which would be nice to get all 3 of them together. Which would be
Excellent.
first.
Yeah, it's always nice getting more people out, especially when they're all working.
Yeah. Well, say Martin's has been in the build for 3 years in the garage at home with me, and it hasn't made it to pod yet. It's still got unicorn status until it hits the track, and then we'll call him a team member. Then until it gets there, he's not a team member.
The old drag racing unicorns.
Yes. So Ben's got his convertible rebuilt. We've got to get a bit more work done to that soon. See why it's not boosting properly. Hopefully, we'll get that sorted before Springfest.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
We'll both get out and have a bit of fun,
Yeah, excellent stuff. Yeah.
I think the plan was to do heads up last year and pro this year, but because of what happened with the cage and I couldn't afford to get the cage done, we're just going to do heads up for one more year, iron out any little issues that we may have or I have had, and then hopefully pro next year then.
Yeah. Track time is key to get all those little wrinkles ironed out, getting the car sorted out. Yeah. You can't turn up once a year and think it's going to work.
To be fair, since I've had it mapped, I had it mapped before Das Auto, and in all fairness to it, and touch wood, it's been good as gold. It's just the shaft thing and, whatever.
Yeah, it's all little bits and bobs, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just finding the weak link every time, isn't it?
Yeah, you end up chasing yourself, don't you? Fix one thing, strengthen something else, and then you find the next weak point.
Yeah. I can't wait. I've been itching to get back to the track. I tell you. Oh, he's back.
Here he is. He's back.
Here he is. Talking of itching, that's usually Tom.
Yeah.
There we go. We're back in the room. That's Mr. Kingham ringing us because he's all excited about because we're going to Malta in a few weeks.
Yeah, I thought that might be the case.
Yeah. Tom, are you coming?
Oh yeah.
You got it sorted yet?
No.
Useless. And then Jamie keeps threatening to come as well.
Well, when are you going?
Allowed to come?
March, 3 weeks time.
The 10th of March.
Yeah, man. Well,
11th,
yeah.
Oh, that's my birthday weekend.
Sorry?
It's my birthday on the 14th of March. Oh, I wonder if she'll let me come to Malta for a weekend.
Yeah, just go for it. I mean,
she's listening in the other room, so she'll be in a minute going,
cheap as chips, just come for a free day. Anyway, right. So, continuing on. Oh, where were we? Interrupted the flow there, Dan.
Yeah.
So, of course. So, Tom, this season, what's the plan with the car, did you say?
Well, as it is now, it's engineless. So, having a new engine done, not a new engine, just rebuilt the existing block, all forged internals, smaller pulley on the supercharger, and then going to rewire the nitrous so it goes through the ECU. So I've got an EMU black on it at the moment, which so far has been wicked. ECU is the limited running that I've had anyway with it. I'm using a manual controller, so I just want to be able to run it directly through that. So essentially, I had a bit of an issue at the green. Is it green light? What's the summer one?
Yeah, green light. Yeah,
green light. Where my nitrous is on a throttle switch. Because I've got the new CNG clutch, which is a bit harsher, so I'm having to give it a bit more oomph on the line. I staged and then engaged the gas and had a bit of a revvy, noisy bang moment. Blew the idle valve off the engine completely. So that was well, I've got the ECU with the capability. Jacob's going to do it for me, unbeknown to him, and so get that sorted out for this season, and that's it really. I mean, to be honest, done loads of work last year on it. The car's running really well. It's just the engine's just slowly died a little death. Like all the running gear work that we've done on it was awesome. Like I said earlier, the shifter is absolutely amazing. Anyone wants to get a new shifter, get a Cool Work shifter.
That's proper smart, isn't it?
Cool Work shifter, it's amazing.
I was looking at one of those from my Mark II the other day, and I was just like, I don't need it, and I was like, yeah,
you do need it. Everyone needs it.
Have you got a Mark II, Luke?
No.
my Mark II. So
Freudian slip.
Yeah, that's it really. Oh, the other thing that I'm doing this year to it is having it painted, which I'm looking forward to as well.
Nice.
So yeah, having that wrapped even. Yeah, I mean, like the car, all the running gear is mint. everything else is good. The ECU's bang on, bit more power in it. And I want to be able to use launch control. And that's it. Good to go. And
how good is this that you, me, and him are basically coming up to the season going, haven't really got that much to do. We're not changing much. It's actually quite nice. I mean, I know you've taken your car apart, Paul, but you've just got to put it back together, and it was a working car.
It's all in boxes in the unit. That's the problem.
I mean, to be completely honest, as an arrive and drive driver, I don't have to do that much at any point in time. Get yourself a cruise, get yourself a Papa Herb. That's what I say.
I got a vote. I got a vote.
You know, that's what you want.
He's trying to finish his own car.
He's never finished his car. He's not. At the moment, I'm too fat for my car, so Vos is going to be the one driving it. Let's be honest. I'm already too fat for it now, and I'm going to Malta for a week, 2 days before pre-season test day. I ain't got a chance of fitting in that car.
Those nice, slimming, all-you-can-eat meals.
Can't you, if you take the front of the body off, we can tie rope around your feet and then pull you into it?
Slide them in.
Yeah.
That FIA approved getting in the car rope.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, I try and avoid the steak night and the cocktail night that we're going to have and the beer night we're going to have, but it's just not going to happen.
You don't try very hard, do you?
No, I'm terrible.
Like 30 shots.
Have you booked steak night?
No, there is 164 shots for, I think it was €60.
Oh. It's all gut rot as well. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's nasty. No, we haven't had
that. We won those shots. We couldn't give them away. They were horrible.
please take. Now, Jamie, obviously, you're using the TFSI engine, and you're probably the only person that I know that is kind of using that. Obviously, the 20 valve is just thrown in everything, as is the VL6. How comes nobody's using the TFSI?
Do you know what? I don't know. It's not the cheapest to tune. It's not the cheapest to buy upgrades for. It can be temperamental. It's direct injection. It can be temperamental. I mean, I went from a PD 130 that was running 400 horse, and I blew it up racing it. I don't know, it's Run What You Brung, I think it was, a few years ago, and I pulled it apart to do the headwork and put rods in it, and I was like, oh, that's not good. What are we going to do with this then? It was either a case of rebuild it with forged pistons or put something else in it. And I really fancied going back to a petrol. I don't know why. Just fancied the pops and bangs and the flames and the dump valve noises, really. You know, it was one of those things, it's like being a child again, isn't it? So, yeah, I come across an engine, bought it, rebuilt it, put it in. And it's not cheap to tune. I mean, I pay £500 a session, I think, to have it mapped. You know, it's got a big turbo kit and it's got a Garrett G30 on it. Big injectors. It's just everything is probably twice the price, if not more, than a 20 valve. You know, I mean, you can pick up a set of injectors for a 20 valve. You know, 1,000cc injectors, £300, £300. Big injectors for mine are like £900.
Oh,
you know,
I'll make you cry, Jamie. I'm using Bosch C&G injectors on mine. They're 2,200 cc's each, and they were, I think, they were £119 for the 4.
Dude, that was painful. I bought a set of RS3 8V injectors, which are bigger than the standard S3 injectors that I used to run. And I took it to the rollers, and we were sort of playing about with the map, and with the nitro, not with the nitrous, with the water meth, and up in the fueling and stuff. He said, "Oh, I can get it to about 450 brake." I was like, I wanted to see 5, you know. Oh, we haven't played with timing yet. All right, okay. So he started adding timing, and he maxed out my injectors at 550 horse. He said, if you want 6, change injectors. I was like, I've just put them in. So yeah, there is more. I mean, there's more to be had out of that engine yet. It's injectors and headwork. That's all I've got left to do. The bottom end is fully forged, balanced, lightened. It's all done. It's all ARPs. You know, it's all the stuff came from Pro Race club sponsors. Here you go. And it is a banging engine. You know, it'll take some abuse, but they are temperamental. You know, I've got a garage, as you know, and I've always got TFSIs coming in with running problems with injector failure and stuff like that, PCV failure. I mean, a lot of it I've deleted. PCV I've got rid of, put catch can on it. I run different coils, I run different injectors. So a lot of the common stuff that fails on a standard car has gone. It's obsolete, it's out the window. So it's cost a lot of money. I'm not going to lie. There's probably $8,000 in that engine, if not more. But
800.
800, yeah. But that's what you do, isn't it?
I like it.
I don't go out drinking. Not very often. I went out this weekend, and I'm still suffering for it now. But I don't go out very often.
I don't think you'll do well in Malta then.
Oh, I can drink.
you need to be able to puke and rally.
I'll give it a go. I can't say fairer than that.
That's it. Well, Vo says clearly the TFSI is like the R32 to the 12 valve VR6. Everything's just double the price.
Yes. Yeah. Do like the noise of an R32 though. It was either a TFSI or an R32 putting in that, and I was like,
"Oh, here we go. We're going to get all the willy waving, aren't we?"
But I want to get
I like that he went for something different.
Yeah, it's good.
It's good.
Yeah, it's good. And it does surprise you people. And we look at Geordie at Paul Jordan at GTI Festival. Drove around him at the top end, and I was not expecting that.
He had a bit of a troublesome season last year.
He did.
Let's be honest. He's too busy being loved up.
Yeah. He was putting it together 5 minutes before we got to the pairing lane. So
that's it. Well, hopefully now that he's got the wedding out of the way, he'll concentrate on the racing this year.
That's it.
Yeah. I spoke to him after that race, and he said, "I thought I had it in the bag." He said, "I learned to look at my mirror, and I'd let off, and you drove straight past me." He said, "Nobody drives around me." I was like, "Oh, okay." But yeah, no, it's good. I really enjoyed that. I mean, I got further in that heads up round than I was expecting. I'm not going to lie. I was expecting to do qualifying, eliminators, and that was it. I thought it was going to be out. It was a good boost. The end of the year, I played with it all year and had problems, and got to that event, and I was expecting to be leaving at 2:00, not 5.
Oh, that's it. That's a bit of a drive for you. Yeah.
I think we rolled up at home about 10:30. And I just abandoned the van and the trailer at the top of the lane and went, "I'll deal with that tomorrow." And I went to bed.
Well, that's it. Well, I think with VWDRC heads up being so popular, obviously this year we're now limited to 24 cars that can enter a race. So once entries start coming in, like I said, we're only on 6 at the moment, but most people are not really thinking about the season. Give it about a month's time, everyone's going to start entering. Again,
that's going to be fun.
There's going to be some people that no doubt miss out because they're like, "Oh, I went to enter." I'll be like, "Sorry, 24 is the maximum we can have because
I need to
the queue."
Springfest.
No, that's it. Obviously, we do it. 24 is a good number because we'll have a 16-car ladder. And it gives us 8 people that are going to get knocked out, and there's always someone. There's always a couple that break, but I think as the cars get more and more reliable, it's gonna be tough.
Oh, definitely, definitely.
And then obviously a week later, the rest of us are racing. I mean, if you're not doing the heads up class, the next weekend you're doing Festival of Power.
Yeah,
I mean that's going to be a cracking event. I think I'm so looking forward to the season. There's so many cars to be coming out.
Yeah.
It's going to be a proper busy
first proper season in a while, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Because we last year still wasn't a full season, was it?
It
wasn't right, was it?
No,
it was still a bit COVID-y and a bit hit and miss, wasn't it? And Easter was in June, wasn't it? Stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's been a weird couple of years, isn't it? Let's be honest.
This is our first proper season since 2019, isn't it? Really.
That's it. No, it's going to be good to get back to normal. Now, of course, while we're in the middle of the chat, I'll find it. I've lost it now. News in brief. What have we got from this week? Of
we
course,
need some sort of dum noise, for that, don't we?
yeah, we do, don't we? Now, anyone that has not got your ticket yet for Darling Day, it's completely sold out. So again, if you missed it, you have missed out. Looking forward to seeing a few of the people there in 2 weeks' time. I think it's a week Saturday. I know there's a few VWDRC members that are going to be attending that, so that's going to be a good old day out. One of the people that I want to get on VWDRC TV is going to be Dave Crowhurst with the Black Wanger. Now, hopefully, I'm going to try and get Dave on the show with the other Paul Jackson to come and join us, because they've got a bit of rivalry going, and then there's a bit of rivalry with some of the other air-cooled racers.
Dave bought Paul's Camaro.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a bit of a link there, isn't there?
That's it. So I think hopefully we'll get those two on in the near future and speak to them. Henry Ellis is finally, fingers crossed, going to be out with his Skoda, which is, if I remember correct, it's Sam Levitt's old 10-second
That is
TDI.
Sam's old car.
Yeah. So he's given a little purple paint job to make it his own. So hopefully he's going to be out racing this year. And then, of course, I said there was going to be an unveiling, didn't I? Should we have a look at this? Should we have a look at this?
Looking amazing.
Now, obviously, these are just on the live stream, but they will go live on VWDRC afterwards, so you can have a zoom in. But have a look at this sexy little thing.
Ooh, look at that.
That is looking rather sexy, isn't it?
That's looking lovely, that is.
So full tube chassis, oval. I think I didn't write down the engine size on the thingy. But
big.
Yeah, it's like a 22.
In fact, isn't that Phil's old motor from the old car? Or is it bigger now?
I can't remember. But of course, those are going to be like, Phil sent me all the details. They'll be on there. What was it? I wonder if I close this. Hopefully, it won't close everything.
If you find out, obviously, that's Phil Norman's new creation, which looks absolutely amazing. Sadly, fell out a prang in his beautiful pickup at Shaky. It was what, 15?
Yeah, something like that.
It's been a while. It's unfortunately tagged the wall and wrote the car, which is a real shame. It was a real work about that car.
There we go. So the car is almost ready to go for paint. Engine and box the same as before. It is the 2332, but now it's got the nitrous on it. The rear wheels, tyres and shocks and front brakes all came off a blackcurrant. The fronts are original Weld Pro Stars that he bought off a mate. The chassis is now tagged down to 750. Taken 5 years so far. Good guess. Plan is to test this year, get everything dialed in, and then turn the nitrous on and see what it will do.
Excellent.
So
cannot wait to see that. It'd be nice to see Phil back in the pits as well.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, definitely.
That amongst a whole number of new air-cooled racers. Trav bought Danny's Lightning Lizzie.
Right. Okay.
So that's going to be out. Chris Poyne is going to be out with the beetle I showed, the Green Goblin. There's loads.
Every other air-cooled racer.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, Emma, you'll have to be careful. You'll be our new Sam Edward Swain. You will be if you keep buying cars. But no, it's looking good. What have we got in the comments? Ed Keach says, wow, another work of art. Great to see Phil back. Bruce Harvey says, Gareth's air-cooled Beetle. David Swift said, Phil's car looks awesome. Lawrence Clark, are we limited on how many cars can enter? For VW Sportsman and VW Pro, no. You can have as many cars as we can get in a national championship round. It's just literally for heads up. Because obviously they run as like not a sideshow, they're the racing at GTI Spring Festival.
They're trying to fit us into the run what you brung. We don't want to take up all the run what you brung, so we don't want to have too many cars. We can't turn up with like a 64 car field because no one's going to thank us for that. So we've got to keep it down to that max number that Ian's given us, just so it's a bit fairer than run what you brung, guys.
No, that's it. But yes.
Yeah, you can get as many cars as you like. Hopefully, you might get a bump spot. That's Luke's favourite thing in the world. Luke's ambition was to have a bump spot at Bug Jam and probably bumped himself out. That's
the only way you'd beat me, Tom.
Whoa!
Oh.
I've nearly been the other side of a bump spot at Bug Jam.
It does add an extra element of stress to
really
a weekend.
does, doesn't it?
Yeah, of course.
It really does. At least, like, even if it's like running badly, you can just go and get a number on the board, tick, done, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You're through. But you got that bump spot, you're like, oh, actually, I do quite well here.
No, that's it. So you've got to concentrate in qualifying. You've got to think, I've got to be in there. Because, I mean, for me, the Bug Jam cost me the championship potentially twice. I came runner-up twice. And in both of those seasons, Bug Jam was always the first round loss, obviously, because that's all I ever did at Bug Jam. And I'm kind of like, if I actually did well at Bug Jam, it could have made the difference. And especially if you look at this season's prize fund, obviously, champion takes home £2,000 plus the 2023 entries.
Yeah,
so that's a lot of money. But even if you look down to runner-up 1,000, third place 500, fourth and fifth place 250, a good Bug Jam could mean the difference between being in the top 5 and not being in the top 5.
Absolutely, yeah. So you basically just go to Bug Jam because it's free.
No, we want a bump stop. We want a bump spot at every round.
That would be nice. That would be nice.
That would be nice, wouldn't it? Tom, obviously, white label racing. How are we expanding this year?
Well, white label racing. I mean, to be honest, I nearly picked the Mark III up for sale a couple weeks ago. Bruce will be in the comments in a second. Go what? But Fran's decided she wants to have a go.
Oh, really?
So we're keeping that. She'll be keep. And the thing is, I've already let one of my babies go last year, and it hurt me too hard. So I don't think I can let another car go. So yeah, but obviously Jacob as well. We raced together as a team and are best friends forever and all that sort of thing that we've got going on.
Where was your best friend? Where was your best friend?
And I have many best friends. I'll send you all Christmas cards. And so,
just no Valentine's cards.
Valentine's cards. Yeah, but really, it's just going to be main thing about the white label motorsport changing from what was Ream racing, and then 145 racing we were supposed to be doing last year. It didn't really go anywhere. It's just a rebrand so I can match my company. Pete Walters doing me a full render at the moment of the Corrado. That's going to be turned into a wrap, including all that. So start, and then I might get the camper van done as well.
Oh,
nice!
Such a baller, isn't he?
I know. Well, it's only just to prepare in case we go to Germany.
Yes.
If we're going to do if we're going to do a Hockenheim, a Hockenheim, then I want it to be looking 10-10.
Oh yeah, sure. Literally, I filled out the calendar yesterday because Rachel was saying, "Can you hurry up and put it in there?" And I put it in there, and she's like, "Okay, so you've got 4 weekends off now between now and November, and what's this Germany for a week?" And I was like, "It's when we're going to Hockenheim, isn't it?" And she's like, "Oh," she was like, "We," and I was like, "Yes, we, obviously, we."
Yes.
So
I'm hoping for Hockenheim in there. I might even treat myself to some new crew clothing. Even.
Oh,
I know. Just got to lose a couple more pounds.
What, you or the rest of the crew?
Oh no! Yeah, well,
I would buy your clothes, but you're fat.
I just have to get lycra.
Oh,
spray on clothes, lovely.
That's it. Paul Herbert puts in the comments, "Wicked," and I get to pay for the engine.
It's my birthday present.
It was his 30th birthday present.
Yeah, you can't argue that.
No. Paul says he's quite happy to wear the lycra.
He looks good in lycra, Herbie, doesn't he?
He does.
There is that old photo of him in the lycra with the check. Yeah. That's it. Well, Bruce Harvey says, F off, I have 4 Mark IIIs, I can't have any more. I bet you if you put it up for sale, he would.
I think that car would be the most, it's worth the doors. Paying for the Mark III 5-door carbon fibre doors. That's what I'll probably sell that more than sell a car for.
That's probably the only thing that Edition 38 ever come useful for, is those Mark III doors. They come in banging. Ed Keach says, might be worth explaining what the bump spot is. Do you want to have a go, Paul?
Well, yeah, you got a 32 car field. If you got more than that entered, so you got 36, then the last 4 qualifiers don't make it, basically. Unless someone drops that, in which case you're going to get an alternate. So you can fill a spot, but it doesn't mean that you're going to get through automatically.
No.
Even just qualifying right at the bottom, usually it's good enough because we haven't got that big a field. But if we do have that bump spot, then you aren't necessarily going to be there.
Well, GTI Festival, I said the heads up stuff is fast now. I got bumped at GTI.
Yeah.
And I did 11s, 11.7s.
You always need a 10-second car to run a heads up now.
You do now.
Yeah. Now, obviously, we're heads up. Drag Days, our own show in June the 9th and 10th. Thomas, what class are you going to... Are you going to be entering classes or class?
I'm going to be doing... Oh, wow. It depends. I'm definitely going to be doing the 12-second...
Index 12.
Indexed class with the Mark III and just turning up, stick the 50 shot back through it. I think the best I've done in that was 11.94. And it was just so 12.0. That's a nice little time for that. Yeah, and then I might bring the Corrado along as well. Maybe do heads up and bracket, then all 3. It depends.
Oh yeah. I'm sure Paul would love that.
Depends how business is.
Or in fact, maybe we can get Paul in one of the cars. Are we going to see Paul in a car again, do you reckon?
Well, he was supposed to be racing the big bracket at Drag Days in the Corrado. Was there for him to do it. And I think he's away or something, but I'm sure with some serious peer pressure, it could be turned around.
We'll talk him into it.
Yeah, so yeah. Well, I want to see. The plan is to get him back in the Corrado at some point this year, and then get Fran in the Mark III.
I like that. I like that plan. Right then, lads, we are past the 1 hour mark.
We are.
I'm sure it's Valentine's evening. You want to go and treat the ladies. Paul's even gone home to see his missus.
I have.
That's it. Whereas I come home and treated to a roast dinner. It was lovely. Oh. That's it. Well, unfortunately, there won't be a VWDRCTV next week because it is Mr. and Mrs. Chairman's 18th wedding anniversary, and I need to earn some brownie points. So ain't no chance of me being Paul.
For a chat.
Yeah. Sit down, darling. Sit down, darling.
Come and join in.
That's it.
When did you first meet Luke?
That's it. She'll be like, before he raced, and I hate it. I'm just waiting for her to come bolting through the door. That's it. But it's going to be some interesting weeks. The week after that will be my birthday. I'm pretty sure we'll squeeze a show in on that, and then after that we might be doing a show from Malta. Well, definitely. you'll be back at home. I'll be by the beach.
We could do
it.
And hopefully these two will come and join us.
We could do a Saturday night from Malta, couldn't we?
Are you going to be doing lives from the events as well? Like the normal race meetings?
No. Well, sort of. We weren't going to do this sort of thing because this is more just build up, getting people into the seas and let them know what's going on, as opposed to once everyone's kind of like together in the pits and knows what's going on, it sort of loses its place a bit, doesn't it?
That's it. Well, the idea is just to get people to know Tom Herbert and to know Jamie Lockyer and work out their history and about their cars. So hopefully people who are watching this who may not be watching, may not be VWDRC members, will now know a little bit more about Tom Herbert and his history in the club. And gone, what? He raced since he was 17.
I have actually got a point on my list I haven't brought up yet. It's like the AGM all over again.
Oh no! We haven't got time.
What?
Are we going to?
Oh, what happened there?
Oh, God.
We got the power.
Go on then, Tom. What were you saying?
I was saying, are we going to see the reintroduction of Food Club that we used to do?
Yes, we've talked about this.
Food, yes.
Details TBC, but yeah.
Cool. Coolio.
If you don't know what that is, we used to do like a theme night, like a Mexican night or an Indian night, and we get it all. Not Mexican, says Luke.
Yes.
Yeah, basically a sort of theme
As long
night,
as Matt Wood's not invited.
Food, fancy dress, all get together in the marquee and do that sort of thing. Luke doesn't like Mexican night because we had a piñata, and Matt would put a baseball bat across his face rather than hitting the piñata. He had a bit of a fat lip.
Yeah, go fat lip.
Go fat lip.
Piñata on the face.
That hurts a lot.
It was good.
Yeah, so we'll sort something out for one of the race rounds for that. We'll obviously.
I think the main reason we stopped was obviously with the COVID. We weren't allowed to have people congregated together.
No, so we didn't do it for a bit. But
we haven't done it for a bit.
They'll be coming back.
I'm pretty sure it'll come back. And then obviously we will have Bug Jam Party, where no doubt DJ Tasty will be back in the house.
Oh, play us another one, Tom. This one again.
Excuse me. He did very well at the Christmas party.
Oh, good news for you, Paul. I got an extra large subwoofer coming for this year as well.
So as well, mate. Don't worry about that.
That's it. But we have got to we've still got to decide what we're going to do for the Bug Jam Party. We mentioned it.
Should we open it up for suggestions?
That's what I mean. We mentioned it on our New Year's thread, didn't we? Yeah. We had a couple of suggestions. John Mills said maybe we could do cartoon characters. Originally, Ryan's one was to do a 90s rave theme with lots of neon and stuff, but Paul doesn't want any of that malarkey.
No, we're all grown-ups. Let's have some cartoon characters.
Do you want a cardigan and pipe party?
Pipe and slippers.
Let's tell you what. Maybe we'll start a little thread on the club page. People can put some ideas together, and then we'll put a poll, and we'll see what people want.
Yeah, man,
it's a good idea.
Perfect.
That's it. Oh well, cool. Right, ladies and gentlemen, past the hour. Thank you very much.
Cheers, Jamie. Cheers, Tom.
If you are watching this on the replay, please make sure you leave a comment. Make sure you like it and subscribe to either our Facebook page or VWDRC TV. Now, of course, I'm Luke Stevenson, EFWD Luke on Instagram, or you can find me on Facebook. EFWD Luke will take you to Luke Stevenson's race page. Thomas, you got any socials you want to promote, sir, or your business as well?
Oh yeah, I mean, it'd be amazing if everyone club-wise can give my Facebook page a follow, White Label Consulting and Managed Services, or Ask White Label. Just the more the merrier, of course. That'd be great. And then my Instagram as well.
Jamie?
Just a plug for our Team J's Garage Racing page, really. We put content up every couple of days, every couple of weeks, whatever. Just go for a follow, have a look.
There you go. Right, gentlemen. See you all in a couple of weeks. Thank you very much. Have a great Valentine's evening.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Cheers, guys.
See you later.